Grand Rising family, infinite love, light and blessings to you. I want to make a little bit longer video, made some smaller ones, but it's just not conveying everything I really have on my heart. If you know me, I don't think what I'm speaking on is going to really shock you. If not, welcome. I love and appreciate you, and appreciate you stopping by. I think the fact of the matter is many have come to the point where they've been so awakened that they've become enlightened and illuminated to what is happening on this planet. There is a shift that is occurring. It's very palpable. The energy is heavy. I'm watching people be states of just confusion and chaos, and others in bliss, and almost look like they're high and are on something because the energy is so strong. It's bringing people through high ups and downs. It could be pushing out things that you thought you let go a long time ago. So a lot of stuff's coming to the surface. We've talked about this before, but it's more intense now. Don't mind my baby parrot in the background. She's just hanging out. The baby. That's what she goes by now. So I love and appreciate you guys, though. But on the real, we're feeling the energy is coming in so strong that it's pushing out all that no longer serves you. So what is within is being brought without. So everything's either a reflection or projection. So a reflection of your love unconditionally and your letting go of attachments, or it's a projection that you're seeing within your reality of all the things that you're holding on to, or if you're operating from fear, anger. And systems have collapsed, the world stage has spun out, and most of what you see is not real. You are a co-creator, you are a source, you are creating your reality. So don't buy into the falsity of it and feed into that. All you're doing is feeding the fear and growing an illusion that's already crashed, and thus perpetrating a shift that is going to happen longer within your life, and then it's more cataclysmic when it happens. Understand that everything that you ever thought is coming to an end for many of you. If you're new to this, if you're not, then you've been waking up to some things for quite some time, so it's no shock to you. Most people I'm really close to will know that this is no shock. This is cycles within cycles that ebb and flow, and the water's been coming inland for a long time and pulling out its inland further than ever has been before, if we want to speak in parables. And when it washes upon the shore and pulls back, nothing's going to be recognizable. So everything is about to change. Huge, powerful shifts and miracles and magic and all these things are happening. Reality is being shown for its real truth as all the shadows are being dissipated, but as within, so without, not only on a personal level, in a family unit, on the world stage, on every aspect of the all, on the planet as well. We're experiencing changes in emotional bodies within our lives, and the energy, the emotion that's becoming unblocked and removed with this new energy coming in, just removing anything that no longer serves the highest and greatest good for Prime Source Creator, unconditional love, the Christ within you, and the Buddha nature will continue to rise as the frequencies continuously being pushed up and outward, and all that doesn't serve is past the wayside as the second coming is upon us, the second coming of Christ within us, the Christ consciousness, the crystalline DNA activation, the Krishna consciousness, the Buddha nature, the Christos, all is rising within as all of the all is becoming united from its fragments and fractals to unite as a unity consciousness to observe one true reality as an event will shift us into what will be the new earth and a new level of consciousness and a new state of abundance and infinite love for those that so choose it to be. That's where I'm not going to set and judge anybody, but I don't know all the details. I think a lot of videos out here are fully AI. People are speaking what they want, but it also is speaking for them. I'm not going to claim that I know all things. I know thyself. And I know that's what I keep seeing and feeling. The energy is tangible, and I see the miracles and the beautiful manifestations and emanations of the unconditional love within me being brought without every day. I see how people are in states of confusion and get spun in like a Metatronic reversal, if you will, of a downward spiral. The biggest question people want to ask all the time, to be transparent here with you, is what's going to happen to those people? Or that, I don't judge. All is of the all. We are manifesting our life if we so choose to be. It's hard not to subscribe to the fact that you could create your own heaven and envision and experience this new earth, and also create your own hell. that separation is in the dimensions of consciousness, and we're seeing that happen. Many of you will be falling away from timelines and toxicity and places and people and things that no longer serve the highest and greatest good of divine creator and prime source and the true you that's coming from the heart. So you are just naturally elevating, and your perception of reality is changing. The language that you're using is, so the places and people and things that you experience are changing them in a quantum spiritual way very, very fast than they ever have been before, because the energy that's coming in is more powerful than it ever has been, and it's aligning, and once again it's purging and pushing out all that doesn't serve the highest and greatest good, and all those who do not serve the highest and greatest good. So don't get stuck on a political world stage watching puppeteers of a collapsed system. That is just fear. That is just a play out of things that have already collapsed and crashed. And those that are feeding into that are so part of that, they also choose to have to see what they need to see to waken themselves up to whatever may come, to experience it how they need to. So, you know, one person's rapture is another person's ascension. Another person's God is another person's master. So all these different things, family, we can't get caught up. All is of the all. I'm not here to tell you how you should think or how you should feel, but on the real, take a quick look deep inside, get aligned, take a deep breath. I've been given upgrades that have made me feel so focused, so precise, so in the divine. And when I'm out with my family and me, it's like I'm maneuvering around everybody, what people are getting in accidents and just kind of losing it and out of it. And then you'll connect with those people that know and see. And you're like, yeah. And then you're moving on. So we know that we're making contact more than we ever have with the ancestors, ourselves within, divine God, source prime, creator. We know the sun's about to do a reversal. We know we're at the peak of the solar cycle, and that's why. We know that's going to more than likely put the earth into a pole shift. And all these things are converging as you're seeing all sorts of events and things happen all over that are building up and building up. Now, many will need to experience or see or hear or feel a larger event to propel them into this being the end of one thing and another, because so many people want to be, they're still stuck in the time construct. They have to see these things happen. They can't feel it. I already can feel that all this has already happened. So maybe many of us that are in that feeling, in the know, may experience reality much different. For others that are just finding out, it's like when you just waking up, you feel sick, you feel upset. You know, there's memes out there saying like just waking up and show someone throwing up and they're holding their hair, stuff like that. It can hit you, right? Sorrow, the one that really knows when, well, let go. You know, all is within you being brought without. I've said all is within for so long. Divine source is within you. Purge and let go of anything that no longer serves divine source in the moment with you. Whatever word you want to utilize as a God. Allow the Christ to rise in you. Forgive others. This is so important to get back to the fundamentals now, because now things are really getting real. When you're out, you're really, where I'm at, you're seeing people really starting to like lose it and be really confused. The energy's coming in. It's like a dog whistle for them. They don't know what to do. They're in their head. They're thinking about other stuff. They've got old memories coming. A lot of you have been doing this work for a long time. You've been awakened for a while, and you're just seeing it now. You're just seeing it. You're like, and you're helping who's coming to you and allowing others just to do as they may. You have to allow people just to do whatever now. You cannot even waste that energy to even try. There's people out there that don't need you to talk to them anymore. Big reason why I jumped off a lot of social media platforms. A lot of people now are making their decisions. They are where they are. It is their decision where they will be, what they will see, and how they perceive. And you must respect their spiritual journey. Their path may not be the same as yours, but we're all of the all. And that's where I'm not going to sit and act like I know everything. I think it's foul when I jump on these platforms, and TikTok does it mad hardcore. YouTube does it too. There's all these people acting like they know the ultimate truth. And I think everyone has a piece of it. I don't think all the channelings we're hearing on these platforms are real. I don't feel them all. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. And I'm not trying to judge. It's a piece of me that judges. People judge me. And you judging one another. You're only judging yourself. So I'm being real transparent. But I do believe that there's truth and lies in all things. And I think even when you're watching a video where you're like, I don't buy this, maybe watch it, because there's probably some truth in it, or it wouldn't really be bugging you. So there's truth and lies in all things. Even in the lie lays the truth of the whole reason why people are putting messages out. If you look in a lot of the spiritual community right now, you really do see people reaching out to the chosen ones. I don't necessarily believe that. I think we're all chosen. If you choose yourself, then so be it. But the 144,000, so again, I don't think that's an actual number of people. I think it's a frequency or an alignment of people. It's the Christ within you. It's the Buddha. So I might not agree with all these things, but some of these messages that they're saying are beautiful, and there's truth in them. And a lot of people are feeling a big event coming. I've always said I don't like talking about big events and things like that, but the fact is everybody feels it on their heart. I have for a while. It's obviously been a progression. It's obviously been a progression, and we know it's like a sound wave gaining more and more momentum and rising an octave. It's like the waves coming in further and further to the beach and changing where the shoreline is. You know, there's all these different analogies, but the rock was thrown in the pond a long time ago. I mean, and then the reverberation of those waves are hitting the shore, and, you know, there's a lot of contact being made. I don't care if people don't believe me or not. I have my lady with me. She's seen it a couple times, 3 times now in the past month, and she really wasn't even a believer a couple years ago. Used to even clown on me and stuff, and I was like, whatever, I see what I see. So we're seeing big orbs and color around them, and them moving around a lot. I'm in Arizona, so I'm having other people tell me that. You see a lot of natural events are happening. The world stage is bubbling. So you see how all this is converging. And it's a lot of chaos energy. And we know that, we're not going to get deep into this, but we know that chaos energy helps recreate. There's all these different goddesses, gods, scriptures, religions, spiritual things that lead to that. That's that. There's got to be a death to be a rebirth. There's got to be an end to be a new beginnings. So there's that chaos, you know, creates, and lots of people that have been in control for a long time, and in systems put in place that many people have just been waking up to, or maybe have in the last 20 years, like myself. I was thankful to have a dad that researched this and told me it when I was very young. And I'm telling you, even name it, order out of chaos. So all these things are very close. A new world order, a new earth, a reset, a restart, a shift, a rapture, an ascension. So on all these aspects, there's truths and lies. But all is of the all, so all has an aspect of the one, right? Think about it. So we have to learn to discern, and we have to know what we need to step away from, and we need to learn what we feed grows. And it's not just what comes out of your mouth defiles you, but what you're putting in as well. So be real careful on every level of that. Is very important right now, as we must live in it and not be of it. And then if we realize we're starting to be of it, you got to just back up out of it. Take a deep breath and let go. I'm not going to take this energy on. I'm not going to be scared. There's nothing to be scared about. And I've been out where it's almost like there's like group panic attacks now. I don't want to say mass yet, but there's group panic attacks. Even my son was telling me he felt it as well. We'll go into stores and you can see it. Many individuals are just so full of fear, barely clinging on to anxiety. Because, you know, when you operate out of fear, the after effect of it is anxiety. And that's the emotional energy in motion, or energy blocked effect that causes all these chakra and energy blockages. But when you're operating in that, its physical effects are going to be sickness and all these other things. Emotional is the anxiety. Not tended to, that anxiety becomes depression. So you got a lot of people really on high alert right now. People that are into the political conspiracy and stuff. And yes, I know what conspiracy means. Lots of them are true. Some of them are not. So we're not even going to go, I'm not even going to go there with people. I love and appreciate you. I had a lot of hate over that through the years. But you know what? It's true. So we're taking world stage events, and people are just gnawing on them and just on it so hard that it becomes obsessive, and it's all this energy is devoted to it. It's negative. That becomes negative. It pulls down, drags down, creates a different perspective and timeline for that person and what they may have to go through to perceive to move forward. And this is where you get all these philosophies and theories about, are we actually separating the physical earth? Are we separating transcendentally off this planet into another one physically, or just in this dimension and all that. And I'm not going to sit here and say I know all the theories and I'm pulled towards different ones, but I don't know. I'm not going to sit here like I know. I think when people say that, they show where they're truly coming from. And to me, I think that's a place of ego. Lots of Messiah complexes that made me step away from social media as well. So we don't all know, but I'll share my part of the puzzle and say that. And I think in some aspect or way, we are creating a new reality. That's my opinion. And I believe that we will step into that reality. Now, who's coming with us? I would imagine whoever believes in that as well. How we perceive that it may happen, and are the others left behind and all that, I don't know every detail. And I feel okay saying that. I've been speaking spiritual stuff since like 2016 or so, and I feel fine saying that. I don't feel like truly anyone's left behind. I'll say that. Everyone's created either their life script or their soul script or their journey that they need, or living it the way they so choose to be, and what they see and perceive through their life as whatever they identify with, the I am or the Christ or nothing at all. So everyone's unique journey is still a piece and a fractal of the all that is all, and all paths lead home. So why do all paths lead home? Because me and you, all this matter around us, the animals, the planet, it's all of the source, prime, creator, God, all these different names that we've put on it, right? And we all have the Christ in us, the Son, the Buddha nature, the Krishna consciousness. We all have the crystalline DNA. We all have both mother and father within us, and all these things in us as a part of us, as a part of who we are. So the ultimate illusion you really need to get off of is the illusion of separation. And that's why all these paths are leading home, because ultimately we are all from the same thing. That's the interconnectedness. That's the oneness. That's the unity consciousness. That's the I see the divine light in me, so I see the divine light in you. That's the if I judge another, I judge myself. That's why I am you and you are me. And we are one. Now, will we all choose the same road and paths to get there? No. Are we all going to read the same chapter and feel the same way about the same book? Probably not. I don't know those. So I'm sure everyone's going to experience a lot of what's starting to happen at a very fast pace and shifting into a point of more, I don't know any other word to say, but it's rapidly happening. It's happening rapidly, and it's going to continue to happen rapidly at a faster pace, and it's picking up and manifesting quicker. So not to change like direction, I really feel the message coming through me, and I'm trying to speak on it. I think that's why people really like live shows. I have a message, but when I'm speaking like this, I'm channeling, or I'm just translating, I'm letting it come through. I'm just a conduit. I'm just an aspect of source and a fractal to be free to speak that light coming through that stained glass window that helps create a big image. So if you're here and you're still watching this, something big is happening. You've known for a long time. Maybe you even felt crazy about it. You were telling everybody for years and years, and you felt like it was happening right then. That's how I was for a long time. And then you realize this was taking longer to play out. What you're realizing after time, you feel less and less crazy because you see it playing out. You see how everyone else is feeling. A lot of your dreams that are coming true, a lot of visions that you had are manifesting. You can see like, whoa, I already knew this. That's the thing. After I started teaching spiritually so much, it was just like, look, you already know. I can't teach you anything that you don't already know or willing to allow yourself to integrate with. And if you're integrating with it, you already knew it. It's a knowing without knowing. It's just, it happened. And that holding space or allowing it to be heard and yourself allowing to integrate it is what's really big in those learning situations. So I don't think any one person has all ultimate truths, but they have all truths that they need within them. And the more that we align with the divine, that Christ rises within us, the Buddha nature, and the more of source you are expressing at its purest form. And that's happening as we're nearing the second coming of the Christ within, as we all rise, the Christ rises within us, we will ascend and transcend beyond this reality and see past the falsities of it to be able to maneuver to create a new earth full of abundance. And how that's all going to play out, well, that detail, all those details, I wish I knew every single one, but I can see it and I can feel it. And I felt that way for a long time. So I appreciate you guys holding on. If you're watching this, I know I've kind of been all over, but that's what I gotta guess it just needed to be. I've been all day maneuvering around everybody, and it's been crazy. I can feel the wear for real. Like, I've been out on the battlefield before, and you feel it. You were maneuvering around everybody, and there's just different pockets of energy, and some people are just really out of it and like right when you get around them, it's like real hard. You're like, whoa, I gotta back off. Get around this ride, back off this one. So I feel it really happening, fam. I feel it really happening, really moving forward to more big events. They're not just happening, like we keep saying, or not just happening on a physical level. It's on a spiritual one as well. It's on a planetary one. You have the sun, the moon, all these different things aligning and changing and doing weird things. You have lots of talk on different levels of things going on and bubbling. And I think that's why I've always used the parable of the pot boiling in the water for a long time, probably since like 2017 or so, because that's how it feels. Like it's boiling. I mean, it's boiling. And everything's boiling and bubbling, and everything's getting dissipated and pushed out that no longer serves the highest and greatest good. And what's being dissipated rises into a higher frequency, but is less dense. And I feel like that's where many of us, when we talk about light workers, star seeds, healers, the chosen 144, awakened, it's all of the ones that so choose to see and be. That's what it is. Everyone's still your brothers and sisters. It's your brothers and sisters, your family that chose to see and be. So that is the dissipation. That's the ascension. That's the rapture. That's the leaving of this plane of existence to another one, the rise. During that, we're boiling and we're toiling. Israel is one who wrestles with God, right? The people toiling with themselves and with divine within them, being brought without. And the ones that aren't dissipating, they're just boiling that pot and they're overflowing and they're staying in that mass, that water. And what does water do like that? It gets recirculated, right? So ultimately all paths lead home. Ultimately we're all walking each other home. It's just some are taking long ways. Departures vary, arrival times vary, all that type of stuff. So it's for real. But I think what's starting to become apparent is we're really riding into it. You could really feel it getting real close. Or let's just say this, it's closer than it's ever been. I'm not going to sit here and claim that I know the date when this or that's going to happen, but I'm going to tell you all paradoxes will be rectified and resolved. All things will come to a 0 point and the full shift will happen. And those that will so choosing to be here will be there. And so those that so choose not to be won't be. That's what I see. And it's nothing is either good nor bad. That's just how these things go about. This is part of the plan and part of the cycle. Cycles within cycles within cycles. And the yugas. It's the way that it is. It's the energy being cleared. It's the blockage within you being cleared and pushed out and moving into another stage of growth. A lot of you have received a lot of upgrades. Everything. So we get caught up in a lot of the debate spiritually. What's going to happen? These people are going to be on a new earth or the old earth and experience this or go here or go there. And, you know, there's so many amazing versions and there's some that are not. And everyone's got their own thing. And I'm not here to cast stones on any of that. But I will say deeply from the heart, I mean, I seriously feel that's something for real. So for whoever's out there, I don't do this to be fake or anything. I'm not. I mean, I do it because I know there's other like-minded people out there, and I've connected with you over the course of the last 15 years or so in various ways, through me tattooing, through me DJing, being on the radio, and doing live shows, and helping heal people, and all this stuff, man, writing the book, The Healing Garden, all those people that are watching this, that I know that you're real deal fan. And a lot of people, when they first saw me, I used to get a lot of messages like, man, dude, like, you were saying some wild stuff, and I hated you. And then people started to like me more, but I got a lot of hate, a lot of good stuff, learned a lot of things, speaking so much over the years, for real. Worked with churches, worked with real prophets, and real gurus and sages and real mystics, real stuff, and beautiful and thankful for all of what I've done. And I feel like I do have experience in spiritual community. I've seen the goods of it. I've seen the bads of it. I've seen the beautiful miracles of it. I've seen the disgusting, lying, evil in it too. So I really feel like I can just start being honest. But there's no reason. I'm not doing any of this stuff to try to become some big creator, or the last account I even have is here on YouTube, and I don't expect anything. When I make a video, when it's on my heart, people watch, they do. People clown, they clown. I don't even care. I know that we help change each other's lives by interacting and connecting with each other in the places of our heart space where we meet. And there I am, unconditional. And when I say that I am, I mean the I am that is the all that is all. So I know you feel it too. Let everything go. Don't tell people what they need to do. Just be there if you need to be there, and step away when you don't. Don't hold on. It's not that serious. Now, it might sound like it all is, but it's really not. You're exactly where you are, doing exactly what you're supposed to do, being who you're supposed to be. Nothing that's meant for you is passing you by. There's nowhere you have to run to escape what's coming. There's no percentage of vibration you have to change or attune to not be where you're supposed to be. What you will, what you will be accountable for is where you are at when it all happens real quick. In this moment, we conceptualize time, even though it's but a construct. So where am I aligned? In the moment, am I aligned in the divine and feeling strong, and all these things start happening, and I'm just like in a state of divine grace and alignment, and can move around it and see the larger picture of why it's happening, and I can be full of love and direct? Or am I in a state of operating out of fear, and I'm having a harder time with it? It's going to change the perception for you of how things are coming and how they're unfolding. But the good thing is just as fast as you can slip into something like that, you can step back and get right back out of it and realign the divine and see what thine eye. Always get into the heart, because that will activate your higher mind. I love and appreciate you, family. Whenever it's on my heart, I'll come and I'll speak. Be safe out there, and go with your heart. Go with your heart. There's a lot more to come. A lot more to come. But it's amazing things. Have a great day.